Good morning. Happy Wednesday, y'all. I am back. And let me tell you, it's been a time. I've missed you. I missed you. I missed you. We didn't get to spend our moments together last week because I was not feeling very well. I was not feeling very well at all. I caught a cold or something. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was like a cold, an allergy combo mix or whatever was going on. I'm not really sure what was going on with me last week, but I wasn't feeling too well. So, sometimes we have to take a step back, prioritize our health. And so I chose to do that. And so I chose to kind of sleep through this moment with Moesghetti time so that I can to be back on my feet as well as much as I could. But yeah, I really wasn't feeling too well last week. I was kind of down. I was really down, just like really groggy. And I was also trying to nurse myself back to health because this past weekend, AM/PM went down to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and I wanted to make sure that I was in as best of condition as I possibly could be before that trip. I even popped on over to the urgent care and was like, look, y'all need to take a look up in my sinuses, make sure I ain't got no sinus infection, no ear infection. They gave me a COVID test, they gave me a flu test. They was like, everything came back negative. So I was like, all right, time to hit the road. Because I felt ick, but I also didn't want to, if I was contagious, if I really was carrying COVID around or anything like that, I didn't want to get that to my choir because I'm more responsible than that. But I'm thinking it might be allergies because I was starting to feel a little better when we were down in Murfreesboro, but now it's kind of starting to come back. So I'm gonna go give me some Zyrtec and hopefully it will knock whatever this is that has decided to manifest back up in my sinuses on out. Today's topic that we're going to spend a moment on is what is the purpose of purpose. So a thing that I started saying back when we were doing the affirmations is that I'm trying to live my purpose on purpose. And then I identified that purpose as being as bringing light into dark places. Now I don't know if that's necessarily I don't necessarily know if that is quite the thing that I want to pinpoint as my purpose, but it was my purpose for the time, and it's possible that my purpose over time is going to continuously evolve. But regardless of what the purpose is, I'm very open about being intentional about my purpose, about walking in my purpose on purpose, and not just kind of floating through the world for nothing. So what is the purpose of purpose? So in order to figure out what the purpose of purpose is, I think it is important for us to first discuss what is purpose so that we can define why it is necessary. I understand a lot of people are tripped up about defining what their purpose in this life is, because when we talk in terms of that, a lot of times we think about this like grand thing, like what is my purpose? Like what is the one thing that I am here to do? And I don't really think that your purpose is really tied into a one thing that you're here to do as much as it is tied into a life that you are here to live. When people think of what is my purpose, they link it to, what is that job that I am supposed to get? What is that creation that I'm supposed to make? What is my Mona Lisa? And I think if people feel like they're leading a purposeless life because they haven't defined like what is this overall arching thing that I'm supposed to be doing while I'm here. What is my purpose? And I think when we talk about purpose in such a grand and such an obscure way, we lose sight on how to actually hone in on doing important things that simply matter to us. I do really believe that some people have come here with the purpose of changing the world, but I don't believe that that's the majority of us. And so as we float through life, we actually hear people try to figure out what is purpose and define purpose in a number of different ways. if you're familiar with what is my why, the whole concept of what is my why is linked in directly with trying to figure out what is my purpose. What is your purpose? For the people who live a spiritual life, purpose is to live that spiritual life, to follow and obey God. For other people, if that's not what you subscribe to, it might feel like you don't have one, or it's not big enough, or it's not impactful enough. But I'm here to tell you that your purpose is whatever your purpose is. Your purpose is whatever drives you. Your purpose is whatever moves you. Your purpose is whatever you want it to be. I believe everybody has a purpose here on this earth. But your purpose isn't necessarily to rock the boat or to change it. Your purpose sometimes is just to live it, to keep it going, to maintain the harmony. Your purpose doesn't have to be this grand, overarching, this impactful. Like, it doesn't have. You don't have to be me trying to talk to the internet and encourage the world to be better. Like that's me. That's my thing. Sometimes your purpose is to be the one to listen, to take that into your heart, and to take that into your home, and to take that into your workplace, and just try to be a better person, a good person, a quality person, a bright person in our entire ecosystem. Every person in this world, we have our roles to play. We have our roles to play in our homes. We have our roles to play in our job. We have our roles to play in our own lives. We have coaches. We have players. We have fans. We have referees. Everybody can't be the star player on the team. And there's nothing wrong with not being the star player on the team. Because guess what? The star player ain't nothing if they don't have anybody to throw to, if they don't have anybody to catch from, if they don't have anybody to watch them, if they don't have anybody to keep score. They're just a lone person playing in the middle of the field by themselves. A star player is nothing. A star is nothing without the rest of the galaxy around it to show how bright they're shining. Others said, my purpose is love, to show and share love and to make people's day a little better. That's so beautiful. I just felt a hug come through the screen. Leather, you emotional again today? That is so beautiful. And honestly, you know what, Leather? I completely believe that you feel like your purpose is to love, to show and to share love, because I've seen you exhibit it in your daily life with the way that you interact with your friends, with the way that you interact with your family. I've seen it happen with the way that you actually care about the people who you work with, the residents that you've worked with over time. It takes a lot of love. It takes a lot of compassion. It takes a lot of intention to want to make a person's day better, to be able to do things like what Leather is for she's moved up in the ranks a little bit in her company, but for years she's worked with physically and mentally disabled people in a residential facility. And that is very, very hard work, you know, and it requires a lot of patience, and it requires a lot of focus. And there are a lot of people, I've heard stories, and I've seen it at other residential facilities too. There are a lot of people who come in and out of those situations just looking for a job. They're not necessarily in it for the care of the people. And I know that Leather is in it for the care of the people. And there are people, and you can tell when you walk into those spaces, who is in it for the care of the people, that they have found purpose there, and who is there just for a paycheck. It shows in the way in which they operate. It shows in the way in which they care. Yes, obviously, we want to get paid for the services that we render because we are in a capitalistic society that runs on money. So we need money so that we can go back home and continue to take care of ourselves. But the people who are there to actually fulfill the purpose of making sure that these people have a smooth and the most prosperous life that they want, put in the extra amount of care, treat the residents as if they are their own family. And so I definitely believe that your purpose is love. I can definitely see that. If anybody else feels like they know what their purpose is, you can go ahead and drop it in the comments and we can talk about it or whatever. But ultimately, like, Your purpose can be love. Your purpose can be compassion. Your purpose can be, look, your purpose can be, I'm just here on this earth to have a good time. Okay? I'm just here trying to be happy. Your purpose doesn't have to be profound, but it cannot be destructive. Because if you're being destructive, then you're taking away from the ecosystem of us all trying to thrive and grow. You are you're the enemy if your purpose is to be destructive and cause chaos. And so I tie purpose with spirit a lot. So first of all, stay out of my brain, and second of all, we definitely need to chat after. Am I in your head today, Mom? Are you trying to find your purpose today? Do you feel purposeless today? Because honestly, like when your purpose, whatever your purpose is, whatever your why is, and I just make the statement that I tie it to spirit, because to me, spirit is all about what drives you, what gives you inspiration, what is your focal point, what moves you. For me, I'm moved by the actual spiritual realm. I'm moved by a mission from God to do what it is I'm here to do on this earth, which is to motivate people, to heal people, to encourage people, and I do that in various ways and various avenues of my life. And I've been that way for a long time. Everybody's purpose ain't that. And so when I say it's the thing that moves you, and I believe I've talked about this before, but I want to lay a little bit more emphasis on it. It's the thing that moves you. Your purpose, your why, your spirit. It's why you get up every day. It's why you go to work every day. It drives the way that you interact with people. It drives the activities that you do in your spare time. So for those of us who have like the purpose of love, the purpose of healing, yeah, we spend a lot of time in those spaces and doing those things. But there are other people, like I said, if your purpose is just to have a good time here in this world, then have a good time. If your purpose and your why or your spirit is leading you to just to have a family, then dwell in and be with your family. If it is to be with friends, then dwell in and be with your friends. If it's give to the needy, then dwell in and give to the needy. But whatever your purpose is, it doesn't have to be this grand overarching thing. It just has to be what drives you, where you sit in society, what makes you happy, what fills your soul. And when you identify what your purpose is, what your why is, what your spirit is driven to, it is essential that you engage in those types of activities on a daily basis, really. Because the more you engage in the thing that is tied to your purpose, the more you engage in the thing that's tied to your why, the more that you engage in the thing that's tied to your spirit, the more fulfilled you will be in this lifetime. If you say that you do all you do for your family, you must spend time with your family. Otherwise, that's not really your why. Or you'll be unfulfilled, because you're never actually engaging with said family that you said that you're doing all of this for. Like Leather said, her purpose is to love, to show and share love, and to make people's day a little better. She goes to work every day with the intention on making these people's day a little better. She calls her friends with the intention of making their day a little better. I'm guided by spirit. I connect in with God with the intention of making my day a little better. I do ministry work. I talk to y'all with the intention of making the world a little bit better. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand. It really doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be tied to work. It just simply has to move you, engage you, intrigue you, lighten you up. Because when we're disconnected from our purpose, when we're disconnected from the thing that brings us joy, the thing that drives us, we feel empty. We feel lost. We feel purposeless. And that's when it gets cold, and that's when it gets dark, because we've created too much distance between ourselves and what actually drives us, between ourselves and what brightens our world and the world. Mom said one of my purposes is to spread you out and help you get bigger and expand. I believe in you and everything you do. Oh, Mom. I love you, Mom. I really do appreciate you. I really do. And honestly, like, as a parent, one of your purposes in this life should be helping your children expand, because your children are just an extension of you. Your children are a direct extension of you. Your children are the legacy that you leave in this world. And so, if you love you, you should love them. If you want to expand you, you should want to expand them. Your children are meant to reach places that you never were able to go. They're going to see years that you're never going to be able to see. They're going to be able to touch things that you never were able to touch. That's the whole point of us continuing on. Leather says, support. You are great at supporting people and building them up. Mom, absolutely great at supporting people and building them up. Definitely great at encouraging words. See, our purpose doesn't have to be this grand thing. Supporting people and building them up, that doesn't require you to take it to the streets. That doesn't require you to spend any money. That doesn't require you to get a specific job. That doesn't require you to change the world. All that requires you to do is that when you interact with people who you see that need encouragement, that you encourage them. When you see people that need to be uplifted, you uplift them. When you see that a person could use some positivity, you give them some positivity. So your purpose and your why and your spirit and all of this is tied in directly to who you are naturally anyways. And that is why, that's one of the purpose of living your purpose. The purpose of having a purpose is so that you play your position in this world. One of the things that I've been contemplating, and I'm probably going to roll it out as a real entity, is the Moesghetti mission, to bring back the village. Bring back the village. In order to have an effective village, we have to have players who do different things. In a real village, you have people who hunt, you have people who gather, you have people who build, you have people who care for the babies, you got people who cook the food, you got people who till, you have people who do all different types of things in the village. We all play our specific parts in order to make the whole thing work. We all lean on the things that we are best at in order to best preserve the resources and pour in. And so when we all play our positions in the village, we bring the best of ourselves to the potluck, and the whole thing is much more fantastic. And so when you're living in your purpose, when you're living in your genuine self, you are being guided, you're walking in the thing that you're best at, the thing that brings you the most joy. And when you're best at it, when you bring the most joy, when you're skilled at it, when you're effective at it, when it comes natural to you, it doesn't take much energy to do it. If you're dwelling in a thing that you're not the best at, it takes a whole lot of energy to do it. If you're trying to do everything, it takes a whole lot of energy to do it. But when you bring your piece, when you bring your puzzle piece, and the next person brings theirs, and we build a village, and we're all walking in our specific purposes, but it's different than the next person, we're stronger together. Cousin Shamon, what's up? There's a couple of y'all in here that I didn't say hi to. I think I seen Michelle. Did I see Michelle in here? I'm not really sure. I think I did. See Leather in here. Good morning, Keita. Good morning, Shamon. Shamon says, my purpose that is found and grounded in love is to encourage people, uplift, support, just make others feel better the best way I can. Let me tell y'all about my cousin Shamon. She's probably about the sweetest person I've ever met. And that's saying a lot. Because, like, Leather is one of the sweetest people I've ever met. But, like, Shamon is, like diabetic sweet. Like, saccharine. Like, so sweet. Like, if somebody ever had anything bad to say about her, like, I would be like, you must be the devil, because no. Like, there's some sweet people in my, like, I feel a lot like about Leather, like I do about Charmone, because I'm very protective over y'all, because I be ready to fight people behind y'all who, like, because, like, y'all are so sweet that it's like, don't do my people wrong. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't bother with them, because they out here just trying to be good. And it's not a surprise that the two of you pretty much put that your purpose is love, because I see that in the way that you interact with people. I see that with the way that you embrace folk, and that's why I be ready to go to war. Purposes in life, we all got different positions. Everybody ain't a fighter. Everybody ain't a lover. And I'm pretty sure I was ready to fight people behind both of y'all on different occasions, but I'm not going to tell that story right now. Purpose. Your purpose is personal. Your purpose is absolutely personal. Your purpose is absolutely personal. It's about you. It's about your heart. Michelle says she's definitely not a fighter. But Michelle's definitely a lover for sure, though. Michelle is my sorority mom. I think I said that before. And when I first joined the group, she just took me in and just embraced me and just like gave me so much love in the first couple of months that I just like, I felt very special. I felt like I had the best mom in the group. Charbon says my nickname is Sweet Spirit. Oh. And it is a very accurate nickname. I think I put Charmone just a little bit above Leather with the sweetness, because I have seen Leather about to ready to fight somebody before. Just saying. Just saying. I ain't never seen Charmone ready to fight nobody. But I know Leather will. I know you will. We all have our roles to play, though. And how do you know whether or not you're working in your purpose? How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? Do you feel like you're putting anything good out into this world? Do you feel like you are actually giving a genuine part of yourself to your community? I'm not talking about giving dollars. I'm not even talking about giving that much time. I mean, do you really, like, when you search your soul, do you feel like you're being your authentic self in the different ways that you exist in this world? If you can say yes to that, you're living your purpose. If you want to enhance that and lean into it, that's how you live your purpose on purpose. If you feel disconnected from your genuine self, if you feel like there's a piece of you that you could be pouring out into this world that you just aren't, a part of you that you may have neglected, that might be part of your purpose that you're forgetting about, that you may have put down. And it's okay. If you have abandoned your purpose, but you know that it's still in your heart, you can pick it back up. You can pick it back up at any time. If you're searching to find what your purpose is, think about when you were little and the things that you loved. Think about the things that you do when you're happy. Think about the things that you do that make other people smile. Think about the things that you do that just come naturally. That's your purpose. That's where you're connected. Mom says, thanks, Michelle, for being her away mom. That's your purpose. So what's the purpose of purpose? To make you happy. To save your energy and to be the most effective in pouring into the community. Pouring into the village. Did my signal drop? Because y'all left and it looked like y'all are coming back. I must have fell off of Facebook for a moment, because it looked like a bunch of y'all left at the same time, and now a couple of y'all are coming back at the same time. But regardless, the purpose of your purpose is to discover your position in this world and play it. To do the thing that comes naturally to your heart as your contribution. Your contribution doesn't have to be money. Your contribution doesn't have to be an exorbitant amount of energy. It just has to be genuine, connected to you. And you'll know, because you'll want to do it. You'll have endless energy for it. So find your purpose. Do some soul searching. And when you find what your purpose is, your life will be better if you go ahead and lean in and live your purpose on purpose. All right, y'all. The sky just got dark and I'm sitting outside. So rain looks imminent. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this whole thing up. So let's take it on up in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for the opportunity to spend a moment with all those who desire to listen to me and receive this message. I ask that you help everyone who is looking for their purpose be guided to and in their purpose. I ask that everyone who knows their purpose, may their purpose be enhanced, and may it glow, and may it pour into the community and glorify you. I ask that those who are listening to me now, who find me later, have peace, love, and protection as they walk in their purpose, as they walk in their spirit, as they figure out their whys, so that we can all build a better village, so we all can enhance ourselves and be the best that we can be while we are on this side. Thank God and amen. I appreciate you guys. Michelle said, I'm so glad to be able to be more sorority mom. She is such an amazing and strong spirit, such a lovely lady. Oh, y'all are sweet. I appreciate y'all. I really do. So I'm about to get ready to go. But before I go, like I always say, you know, I want to be rich. I'm going to be rich. And if you want to help me get rich, if you would like to give show any financial appreciation for the time that we spent today, feel free to hit my Cash App. It's #Moesghetti. Buy me a coffee, buy me a car, whatever is in your heart. I'm just trying to live my purpose on purpose, and I hope it takes me to whoever needs to hear me. And outside of that, you know, words. If you would like to just show your appreciation, but you don't want to have any finances to contribute, spread the word. Share my video, like, comment, you know, spin me through the different algorithms, and so that as many people who could benefit from these moments that we spend together have the opportunity to have access to me, and can be touched from me through you. So that's all I ask that you do. If you can't spread the cash, spread the word. Because I'm trying to live my purpose on purpose. And if you believe in me and you believe that somebody can benefit from what we're talking about here today, then please share it with them. Because I want as many people as possible to be able to just have an enhanced life. Well, there's so much misery, and there's so much division, and there's so much darkness, and we're always constantly going, and we're always being constantly fed so much smut that it is hard to sometimes filter through it all to even figure out, like, what am I even doing on any given day. And so I hope that these moments are an opportunity to ground yourself and remind yourself that we're here for a positive purpose. The world is not a bad and evil place. It can't be a bad and evil place with so many good people in it. But the good people can't get lost. The good people can't get bogged down. The good people can't separate themselves from goodness. We must uphold each other. We must pour into each other. You see how many people on here have so much love, so much love for each other, so much love for me. This is just a small sample of what the world has to offer, but because there's so much division and so much darkness, and there's so much emphasis on the negative, it's hard to see sometimes that the average person just wants to live good, just wants to be happy, just wants to be stable. And so we come together to build this community, to build this village, to be a family, and show the world that there's still light, there's still love, it is still strong, and it's still powerful. Negativity and evil don't get to win. Not over here. Not over here. But it's a fight. It's a fight. And we only lose that fight if we forget ourselves